I find it very difficult to understand what it must be like to live in a country where when you get sick, the first thing you think about is how am I going to pay for this? In this episode, I'm going to be talking about Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione! I think everybody knows who Luigi Mangione is. He's been all over the TV screens for the last few days. People have been talking about and reading his manifesto, talking about what he allegedly did. I say allegedly because he's still innocent until proven guilty, and the reason why he allegedly did it. People have been talking about who he is, who his friends are, the books he read, the people he admired, the way he got arrested, that he loved McDonald's, and the McDonald's worker that called the police, and all this. But one of the conversations that's been really neglected, at least from what I've seen, is the discussion of socialized medicine. Now, I live in a socialist country. The leading political party in the country where I live is the Socialist Democratic Party. And I have this year had my life saved by socialist medicine. I was, at the beginning of the year, rushed to hospital in an ambulance with stomach pains. I spent a day being analysed, and then I was whisked down to surgery with appendicitis. I was operated on, I was stitched up, and I was put into a room for recovery, and I was there for 4 or 5 days. And you know what? Not once did I consider how much this was going to cost. And do you know why I didn't consider that? Because it's free. It's 100% free. The same with education. I've been studying for 2 years. Very nearly passed. I've got an exam in February. I had to pay a €15 administration fee to sign up for the course. I haven't paid anything else after that. There's no bill waiting for me at the end. There's no debt. And I find this really confusing. I find it very difficult to understand what it must be like to live in a country where when you get sick, the first thing you think about is how am I going to pay for this? If you get sick, the first thing you think about is I need to negotiate with an insurance company, or please don't call an ambulance because I can't afford it. I don't understand why America is so scared of socialism. It blows my mind. I watched the political debates when they were talking about socialized medicine, bringing like free healthcare or Obamacare or whatever, Medicare for all, to the United States. And I watched all of these political people freaking out over it. Like, that's socialism. You can't have socialism in the United States. We're a capitalist country. I've seen Nancy Pelosi going, we're a capitalist country and we'll always be a capitalist country. Socialism's terrible. But you already have, like, America already has aspects of socialism. Like, for example, the school system. Like, everybody pays their taxes. It pays for the schools. The kids go to school. Your police department, your fire brigade, these are all socialist. Everybody pays a little bit of money every single month. It pays for schools for kids, the police, and the fire brigade. And I don't understand why they can't just stretch that a little bit further and have it pay for hospitals and have it pay for like doctor's visits as well, and education. Every month I pay about €200, and that €200 pays for, well, everybody pays it, and it goes into a big pot, and it pays pensions, it pays healthcare, it pays education, it pays police and fire brigade. I don't understand why in America this is such a scary idea. It makes no sense to me at all. I'm not a crazy socialist either. I believe that everybody should be able to own their own house, and if you work really hard, you should earn more than the other people. I'm not about to say that we're all the same and everybody should wear the same clothes and earn the same money, and you shouldn't be able to own your own property. That's a terrible idea. That's communism. And that's something else that drives me crazy, how and the American media associates socialism with communism because they're not the same. Socialism is everybody works together socially. Communism is you're not allowed to own anything and everything's owned by the state. It is so different. But there you go. Anyway, let's talk a little about Luigi Mangione. Luigi Mangione, stay. When I first saw Luigi Mangione, when his pictures were released from when he was getting a coffee, in Starbucks, and I was like, God damn, I saw the guy's cute little nose, cheeky chappy smile and jawline, and I was like, God damn, this guy's gonna be hot. And then the next thing I saw, my suspicions were confirmed, because the next thing I saw was him with his top off with a raging six-pack standing on top of a mountain or something, and I was like, damn boy, you fine. And yeah, I think it doesn't really matter what Luigi Mangione is wearing, because whether he's wearing an orange jumpsuit, a suit and tie, or very little at all, he's still absolutely beautiful. This is not the most important thing about him. It's obviously at the moment he's ruined his life, possibly, allegedly ruined his life. I'm not saying that he did it because he hasn't been proven guilty yet, or at all, maybe. But if he was going to ruin his life, he could have married me instead. That definitely would have ruined his life. He could have ruined something else of mine as well. I mean, he shot his victim in the back. He could have shot me in the back a few times. Not with a gun, though, with a different type of weapon. Oh, God. So, yeah, it's sad. He is possibly the world's hottest alleged assassin, especially at the moment. It is a terrible shame. If he did do it, he has totally screwed up his life. But, we wouldn't be in this situation if America had socialist healthcare. And I think that's really the tragedy here, is that America's so scared of just giving everybody free healthcare. And I know why. It's because there's no money to be made in it. And that also is sad. That's the real tragedy. I mean, okay, the head of the healthcare company got shot. That's a pretty big tragedy. But that tragedy affects a small amount of people. The real tragedy is the tragedy that affects, millions of people every single year when they go to use their healthcare and they get bamboozled with paperwork and refunds and making claims, and when really what they need to be concentrating on is just getting better. I can't imagine what it would have been like for me going into hospital and they're like, you've got appendicitis, we need to operate on you as soon as possible, you're going for an operation now. Count backwards from 30, bonk. For me to actually be in the back of my mind going, oh my God, I've got to pay for this, I've got to file forms and stuff, that for me would have been horrendous. And I feel really bad for people who have to deal with that. But anyway, that's just my opinion. What's your opinion? Am I massively wrong? Is Luigi Mangione not attractive at all? Is socialist socialist healthcare a tool of the devil? Or do you believe that socialist medicine is the way forwards? Do you think that having private healthcare is better? Let me know in the comments down below and we can argue it out. Have a great weekend. I'll speak to you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey there, thanks for watching my video all the way to the end. If you like this video, then why not click the thanks button down below and send me a little something towards the upkeep of my channel. At least it keeps me in tea and biscuits while I'm doing my editing. If you don't want to do that, then please do put a comment down below. Let me know what you think about private healthcare, socialist healthcare, or let me know what you think about Luigi Mangione. Do you think he's hot? Do you think he's not? Do you think he's a criminal? Do you think he's innocent? I'd love to know.